Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I just wanted to remind you that in order to recover at the fastest possible rate, the best thing that you can do for yourself, besides doing ERP all the time obviously, is to create environment that will support your recovery. So, okay, let's talk about what would not support your recovery. If you're stressed, if you're tired, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're drinking a lot of coffee, if you're eating junk, if you are not, if you have too much going on, so it might not be stress, but just generally there's a lot of things happening, especially big events happening in your life. All of this will take away from your recovery. A lot of this I understand you absolutely can't avoid. It is what it is. But you really need to take a look at your life and see what you are doing that is changeable, that is not helping your recovery, and start adjusting that. So, usually, the easiest thing is to look at stressful situations in your life, and stressful situations in your life can be quite few different ways. Okay, so first is stressful situations at work, or with just generally, let's call it relationships at work, relationships at home, relationships with a partner, relationship with family members, right? So look at it this way: do you need to have a fight, for example? Do you need to have a conversation that's negative? Can you just avoid it? And this is not avoidance in the sense of OCD, it's avoidance in the sense of not getting stressed out. In case of work, um, if somebody's putting too much on you, so you do this, do that kind of idea, but it's more than your fair share, you can choose to say no. You don't have to do more than it is your fair share. So look at it: what is it that I'm doing that is necessary versus what is it that I'm doing that is not necessary? And if it's not necessary, then why are you doing it? Now, when it comes to, say, there's just a lot going on, a lot of changes in your life are happening. Do they need to be happening right now? If they do, if they do need to be happening right now, there's no other way around it. Try to ease into them slowly. So space things out more evenly. So it's not, okay, today I'm going to do everything and tomorrow there's going to be nothing. Because if you do it that way, then on the day that there's going to be nothing, that's when OCD will hit full force, even more so than regular. So you need to be spacing it out evenly, and by that you're training your mind that right now I'm in a more stressful season of life. That's okay. No need to worry, no need to send more anxiety. This is normal. Rather than if you're having these like ups and downs, that just creates more of a problem. Now, getting enough sleep. Sleep is a very hot button issue, and the reason why it's a hot button issue is because a lot of the times people get sleep fears as an OCD theme. And I want to tell you right now that if you don't take any of my advice when it comes to sleep, you will still recover from OCD as long as you do ERP continuously every single day. So, because a lot of the times people have fears that have to do with sleep, like if I don't get enough sleep, I will lose my mind. If I don't get enough sleep, I will go crazy. If I don't get enough sleep, I will never recover. This is really, really common. I hear this all the time. So, you have to make sure that if this is your situation as well, and again, it's very common, um, you have to know that this is an OCD thought. Now, that being said, if you get proper sleep, it's kind of like fighting a battle with a foam bat versus fighting a battle with a regular bat. Let's put it this way. And if you add some of the other things that we mentioned, it's kind of like fighting a battle with a sword the next day. So, I was reading one study that had to do with a sleep study for people with anxiety. And it said that the anxiety went up by 30% when people were not getting proper sleep. Next day went up 30%. So it makes it basically, if we go with that number, which this was anxiety generally, not OCD, so it can vary, but it gives us kind of an overview that if that's the number, right? Around. So basically, we can say that your OCD thoughts will be what 20-30% more real the next morning. They will feel more real, they will feel more intense, and at the same time you're not able to resist them as well because you're not getting enough sleep, right? So you have to be conscious of those things and look at it as, am I setting myself up for the fastest possible recovery, or am I setting myself up for the slowest possible recovery? And again, if you're in a situation where you just can't get proper sleep, don't worry, you will still recover as long as you do ERP. Just know that, or with any of these other situations, that if you can't avoid stress, if you can't avoid say you're in a difficult situation at home or at work, and you can't avoid the stress, just look at it that, okay, this is what it is. This makes my recovery process a little bit more difficult. I mean, I talk to people all around the world. People got different issues. Um, Everybody has something that holds them back in recovery that would make their recovery faster only if they didn't have to deal with this or that. So everybody's got that something. So don't think that, well, I'm at a disadvantage. Everybody's at a disadvantage in one way or another, in terms of fighting recovery. But just know what the disadvantage is. Try to minimize it as much as possible, and if you can actually persevere in other areas. So, okay, so say for example, you can't get sleep at night. Well, can you meditate during the day a little bit? Because if you meditate, it will kind of help to relax the body. And generally, people that meditate more, will meditate all the time, tend to need less sleep. So, which is neither here or there. I don't want you really to test that theory as you are going through OCD recovery or anything. I don't want you to get less sleep, but it does kind of help balance it out a little bit. So there's always things you can do um, to offset the negative a little bit more, but it's very important for you to look at the lifestyle. When I talk to clients, this is one of the first questions I ask them after going over, how their OCD got started. But this is one of the first questions I ask, because it's that important. Because if we're on one side doing ERP and doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, but on the other side, the person's going through a crisis in some area of their life, then we kind of need to, make adjustments for that, and work on eliminating that so they have the best possible chance at recovery, at the fastest recovery. So I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow with a new video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I talk about all things related to OCD recovery. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.